Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have a bunch of new updates regarding the investigation into the classified documents that Donald Trump stole from the White House. So it's now being reported that Trump personally packed the boxes that were transported to Mar-a-Lago. They contained, as you guys know, almost 200 classified documents, as well as thousands of others. If proven true, this leaves Trump wide open to the obstruction of justice violation because he strung the National Archives out for over a year and a half, and he claimed that he didn't have any government documents. So if he packed those himself, he knew what was in there. And to make matters worse for Trump, it's now being reported that one of his attorneys, Alex Cannon, was communicating with the National Archives for many months. He was urging Trump to return all of the documents that he took. Well, finally, as we all know, in January of this year, Trump handed over 15 boxes. And when NARA reached out to inquire about additional documents, Trump told Cannon, "Oh, just tell them that I've returned everything." But Cannon refused. He refused to do that. In fact, in February of this year, Cannon told the NARA attorney named Gary Stern that he wasn't sure if Trump still had more government documents. And Cannon told other people that he was concerned that Trump might still have documents related to January 6th. Cannon also allegedly said that he warned Trump in the fall of 2021, so shortly before he turned over those first 15 boxes, that if he failed to return official documents, it could result in a criminal referral, and Trump just blew him off. And Cannon was concerned about other employees sifting through Trump's boxes because he feared, they might contain classified material, and I don't have the security clearance. They don't have security clearance, so we could all get in trouble if we view those documents. Later, Trump urged his team to issue a press release saying that he had returned, quote, everything that the National Archives requested. So Cannon and the others discussed it, and apparently they didn't feel comfortable making that statement. So what they ended up releasing was a watered down version, which included insults about the, quote, fake news media. Apparently, this issue drove a wedge between Trump and Cannon. So Cannon was left out of further classified document negotiations and discussions. Now, about the same time all of this news broke, it was also reported that Trump has taken this case to the Supreme Court. In a new filing, Trump's attorneys asked the Supreme Court to overrule the 11th Circuit Appeals Panel and to allow the special master to review the classified documents that were found at Mar-a-Lago. His attorneys are arguing that the 11th Circuit had no jurisdiction over this matter, which is just laughable. The appeals panel, as you guys probably know, they ruled that the special master didn't need to review the classified documents because by definition, they can't be Trump's private property or protected by executive or attorney-client privilege. They belong to the government, period. That's it. And here's the thing. Because this is an emergency request from Trump and it involves a decision made by the 11th Circuit, it's automatically filed with Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. So, the other half of the Q-Loon conspiracy nut duo. So Thomas is going to get to make the final decision about whether or not the Supreme Court should take up the case, whether it should go before the entire Supreme Court. And remember, he was one of the lone holdouts on the Supreme Court who said he would have taken up one of Trump's ridiculous election fraud lawsuits. Trump's attorneys gave a lot of conspiracy theorist excuses for why they're doing this, but it's clear this is just to drag things out. And remember, as I mentioned previously, it was reported that Trump's team wanted to get a heads up about what was in that trove of classified documents because they want to determine not just Trump's potential liability, but also their own, because some of them either lied on his behalf or he lied to them. Now, I have to say, as bad and as partisan as the Supreme Court has been, I'm not terribly concerned because as I also shared recently, they refused to take up Mike Lindell's defamation case. And they also refused to take up a lawsuit filed by right-wing darling Candace Owens. She was trying to sue Twitter over her COVID post that Twitter had blocked. And they said, no, we don't care to see this case. So we'll see. As of now, Thomas has given the Justice Department until October 11th to respond to Trump's filing. And then just today, the 11th Circuit Appeals Panel ruled against Trump again. As I shared the other day, the DOJ filed an appeal with the 11th Circuit. They asked them to allow the use of all of the material seized at Mar-a-Lago to determine any potential criminal liability. So not just the classified documents, but everything else as well. They essentially wanted to strike down the whole special master appointment. And they asked the circuit to expedite their appeal. They wanted them to hear oral briefs on the matter prior to Thanksgiving. Well, Trump's attorneys filed an objection. They asked the 11th Circuit to push this all back to January of next year because they said, oh, we're too busy right now. You know, we've got all these 200,000 pages seized at Trump's property, which we have to go through and review. Well, as of this afternoon, the 3-judge panel ruled that the DOJ and Trump's team must submit written briefs at least by November 17th. So they're not going to let this drag on into next year, it sounds like. And it also sounds like Trump's team is going to need to dip into some of that 3 million and maybe, hire a few people, hire some help. So anyway, guys, that is it for the classified documents issues. I've split this up with the other Trump investigations because it was so lengthy. So be sure to check out that other video. Thanks so much for watching and listening. Take care, and I'll talk with you soon.